Welcome to Medicare for All Explained. This podcast will enlighten our listeners and dispel the distortions that surround Medicare for All. Medicare for All Explained is produced in collaboration with Physicians for a National Health Program and is hosted and produced by Joe Sparks. I'm your host, Joe Sparks. This is episode 126, Medicare Stealth Cuts. President Donald Trump and the Republican members of Congress are lying about cuts to Medicare. Of course, for Trump and the GOP, lying is common for them, in my opinion, especially when it concerns health care. On January 27, Trump said, quote, "I will not sign any bill that cuts even a single penny from Medicare or Social Security for our great seniors," end quote. I will let Rhode Island Senator Sheldon Whitehouse explain.
I could run a tape here of all the Republicans who said, we're not going to cut Medicare. Medicare is different. We're going to protect Medicare. We've heard the president say it. It was all hogwash. It was all complete hogwash. The sneak attack is underway, and I'm going to tell you how it works. The Beautiful for Billionaires bill added $3.4 trillion or more to the debt. The Republicans had to lift the debt limit by $5 trillion. So it's a big number added to the debt. Our technical term for it around here is that it triggers sequestration. And when you create that much added debt, when you run up deficits that badly, as the Republicans have done to fund their billionaire tax cuts, here's what happens to Medicare. And this is from the Congressional Budget Office. Between 2026, next year, and 2034, this trigger will produce $535 billion in cuts to Medicare. They don't want you to know that. They don't want to tell you that. They'd like it to just happen automatically so they don't have fingerprints on it. But their fingerprints are all over it.
So Trump broke his word. Sadly, this is no surprise. As Senator Whitehouse says, according to the Congressional Budget Office, Medicare could lose $535 billion. That is 53.5 trillion pennies that Trump will be cutting from Medicare after saying there will be no cuts to the program. That's a humongous number of pennies to cut from Medicare. I have said in my previous episode that the horribly named Big Beautiful Bill's Medicaid cuts and reduced subsidies for the Affordable Care Act's marketplace premiums will cause 17 million people to lose their health insurance. I don't know how many additional people will lose health insurance because of the Medicare cuts. However, I expect that there will be a substantial number of cuts. At last, we know the secret of Trump's health plan that he bragged about in 2016. It's to increase premiums so millions of people can't afford health care. And even after all those people are removed from being able to afford health care, the U.S. will still have the most expensive healthcare system in the world that gets the worst results of any developed nation. When are we going to say enough of this crap? Thank you for listening. You have been listening to Medicare for All Explained. Remember to tell your family, friends, and colleagues about this podcast. Information about Medicare for All Explained can be found at our website, medicareforallexplained.org. The music for this show is Super Bubbly by Jesse Spillane. The logo was created by Lily Sparks. Thank you for listening.